I was in your position, I would be so embarrassed. After months of talking about being with a duke, your sister married him. How are you so strong? Kate internally rolled her eyes at the question, but kept a smile on her face. Her friend knew this was something she did not want to talk about right now. I told you, I do not care about the relationship, Grace. There are other men on my list to make my husband. Grace did not believe a word that left Kate's mouth. All Kate spoke about for the past months was Duke Collins. Now there were other men? Yeah, right. I'm just curious, like everyone else, about how your sister was able to snag him while you failed for months. I mean, given her current situation, I thought your family would pay a servant to marry her. It is odd, Lila, Kate's other friend, commented. Out of all of them, she was certain Kate had a chance with the Duke. It was the reason she had backed off from courting him. This, and the fact that he rejected her when she approached him behind Kate's back. Edgar is honestly such a strange man. Do you think he fell in love with her at first sight? Absolutely not, said Kate. She refused to believe it was love that brought Alessandra and Edgar together. Alessandra using witchcraft made more sense. Then how do you explain their quick marriage? Unless your family was unaware of the fact she snuck out of the house and met the Duke before you think she did? What if she was sleeping around with the Duke? I've heard men keep women like her around because she's easy to keep quiet since she's desperate, said Grace. Even if he was sleeping around with her, why marry her? Did he fall in love with her during that time? Or maybe she's pregnant, Lila gasped, finding this to be plausible. Can you imagine if she was pregnant before she got married? Kate didn't believe Alessandra was able to sneak out of the house. There were many servants around who would have told her parents. She believed Alessandra and Edgar met for the first time at the party, but what they truly talked about was a mystery. What could Alessandra have said to intrigue Edgar? Still, Kate wasn't going to stop Lila and Grace from passing around this notion of Alessandra being pregnant before she got married. It would continue to destroy what little reputation Alessandra had. Alessandra did not need to live with them to be toyed with. The society they lived in would do it for Kate. Her stomach will start getting big soon if this is true, and if it does, we'll know for certain that she was pregnant before marriage. Who would have known she was that kind of girl? It's always the quiet ones you have to watch out for. She was hiding this type of personality all along. Lila snuck glances at where Alessandra stood with Edgar. How can she stand there wearing that dress when you and your mother are gathering money to prepare for your father's funeral? You even wore an old dress, which is so unlike you. Well, this isn't the time to be buying new dresses. I want to give my father a grand send-off, and I don't care if I need to rip the clothes off my back to do it. Kate repeated the words James told her to say. It truly infuriated her that her mother did not change her mind and buy new dresses. Now that she married Edgar, she has forgotten who fed and sheltered her for years. I can't imagine being related to someone like that. Grace shivered as she felt scared to be in the same room as Alessandra. I don't care who she has gotten married to. Your sister can never be part of our circle. You mustn't allow her to get away with all that she's done to you. I agree. A sister should never marry a man she knew her sister fell in love with. No wonder the queen seemed to like her so early. They're the same, said Lila. We'll teach her a lesson when the Duke isn't by her side. I'll make sure no one thinks of trying to be her friend. Erin seems to be kissing her butt, and she's been going around telling everyone the dress Alessandra is wearing came from her. I knew there was something about Erin. Wouldn't it be funny if her only customer was Alessandra? Kate insinuated, making Erin be blacklisted. It's not like anyone wants her dresses. Her mother is the talented one. She likes to critique our dresses because she thinks she knows something. Well, a dressmaker would know more than us. Sorry, Lila apologized when Kate glared at her. Why was she getting glared at when it was clearly the truth? It's not my fault you wore a bad dress. Anyone seen with Alessandra or Aaron will become an outcast. Leave it to me. This is my specialty. Now, let's think about how we can get the Duke to change his mind about being with your sister. This sounds like a conversation I should hear. Priscilla approached the three young women. She was happy to hear they were already thinking of ways to get rid of Alessandra before she even asked them to. Kate, what an interesting dress. She eyed the clearly out-of-season dress Kate wore. It suits you. Now carry on with what you were saying, girls. Well, Grace looked at Kate, wondering if they should be saying this to Edgar's mother. When Kate nodded it was okay, Grace decided to share her feelings about Edgar and Alessandra. We do not think it is right for Alessandra to marry your son when she knew the feelings Kate had for him. It's also strange how she married Edgar so quickly. We think she's pregnant. Before the wedding, Lila added. That's preposterous, but it is a big blow to a young woman's reputation. If there is some truth in it, who knows how many other men she has been around. Still, I'm sure there were no men near your sister, said Priscilla. She watched as Kate became lost in thought, most likely trying to remember who she saw Alessandra with. We shouldn't jump to wild conclusions about a sheltered girl. There was one man at home she was always with, but I never paid too much attention to them. It was the cook. He still works for us, and I can bet with a little money, he'll talk about the relationship he had with her. There's a chance Edgar might not want to be with her if he learns another man had been with her first, Kate said, thrilled to have something to break up Alessandra and Edgar. Many men love to be their wives first, and there was no doubt Edgar would be the same. Why would a man like Edgar want a used woman? Interesting. I suppose it's something to be looked into. Please let me know what the cook says about her. I admire a determined woman, Kate. Keep it up and you'll go far. Kate, you have to do whatever it takes to get inside Mrs. Collins' circle. All the women around her get invited to special parties and are given expensive gifts. She might introduce you to one of her wealthy friend's sons. Grace envied Kate for having such an opportunity. Why on earth was Kate receiving good things when her family was in such a hole? Kate, you have to do whatever it takes to get inside Mrs. Collins' circle. All the women around her get invited to special parties and are given expensive gifts. She might introduce you to one of her wealthy friend's sons. Grace envied Kate for having such an opportunity. Why on earth was Kate receiving good things when her family was in such a hole? Put in a good word for us, Kate. You cannot forget who your true friends are when you get closer to Priscilla. If only she had been in town, we would have been calling you Duchess. What a shame, said Lila. It is not exactly true. There's a girl named Heather she visited my home with. I believe she has been trying to get her to marry Edgar this entire time. If Priscilla manages to separate Edgar and Alessandra, she will push for Edgar to marry this Heather girl. Ugh, how annoying, Kate muttered. I thought you no longer cared about the Duke, Kate. Would you want to try being with him if he divorces your sister? No, he will never be with me. As long as they are no longer together, I'm satisfied. Alessandra does not deserve to be with Edgar. If not me, I would have preferred one of you. Kate lied. She would have lost her mind if she lost Edgar to one of her friends. They were her minions, and if one of them became Duchess, they would view her as below them. Even if the cook did not have a sexual relationship with your sister, give him money to spread the rumor around. Who would be able to say it's not true besides Alessandra to try and save herself? It's not like we know what goes on in your home to question what we hear, said Grace. It excited her to further ruin Alessandra for taking Edgar away. You should pay a few more servants to say they witnessed it and threaten their lives if they were to ever speak about it. Imagine if you got the butler to confirm it too. Lila joined in on the plan. As long as the servants keep quiet, no one can prove it to be wrong. It's not a bad idea, but I'm afraid of what reaction Edgar might have. Kate feared what might happen to her if the servants ran to Edgar to tell him the truth for even more money. Grace quickly came up with another solution. Then you should indirectly start the rumor. We all know servants gossip about what happens in our homes to others, and then the entire town knows our business. Casually mention it when a servant is around. That's safer for you than paying someone off. Right. Kate agreed with this idea. I will do it tomorrow morning. Let's see if she can attend a party like this in the future with more rumors going around. She chuckled. Enough about your sister now. I want to find a handsome man to dance with. Who here is alone and has not danced with a lady? There is someone I am looking for. Ah! Kate exclaimed when someone bumped into her and spilled their drink on her arm. What the hell were you doing? She looked up at the culprit. Yo! Her eyes widened, finding the man she had been looking for right in front of her. Kate wondered if it was fate for the man she planned to use to enter Edgar's world to bump into her right now. I'm sorry. I should have looked where I was going. Correct me if I am wrong, but you are the late Baron's daughter, right? Yes, Marquess. Kate smiled. There she goes, chasing after another rich man. Grace muttered to Lila with envy. She would have liked to be the one to bump into him. Aren't the two of you going to dance? I hope you're not standing here because I'm without a date. Go on and have fun, Aaron urged the couple. Many couples had gathered in the middle of the room to dance. Single men and women who had taken an interest in each other had also joined. I am not a good dancer. I want to just stand back and watch tonight. Is the man you are seeing here, Aaron? Alessandra was curious about the man Aaron mentioned from time to time. No, unfortunately. He does not have a connection to the palace to be given an invitation to this ball. I also do not want to let anyone know about a relationship yet. Specifically, my mother. She has the ideal husband for me in her mind. And if I were to let her know I was with a man she wouldn't approve of, she would toss me out of her house. My plan is to have a steady income and then move out. Perhaps I could... No. Edgar flat out denied her request before she could mention it. Our home is not an inn for you to stay in, and we hardly know you to let you stay with us. I saw the bill you sent for the dresses. It is more than enough to rent a small room and pay for expenses. You can't run away from your mother and expect to live the same lifestyle. I am aware of that, but it's hard to give up the way I've lived from birth. That's why I want my dressmaking business to succeed, so that I can continue this lifestyle, said Aaron. Unless the man you are seeing will be an asset to your future, let go of him. Without your mother, your name holds no weight. And just because you are the one behind my wife's dress does not mean you will have a long line of customers tomorrow or the day after that. It might take a year for you to have a steady income to keep the life you have now. But what if it doesn't happen in a year? Will you keep hiding your lover for another year? Edgar asked. Of course not. Aaron trailed off. as she became unsure about what she would do in the future. She was not being realistic that her business would jump off now that others saw the Duchess wearing her dress. Alessandra was not loved by others, and they might distance themselves from anyone around her. I'll have no choice but to change the way I live. I need a drink. She looked around for a servant passing by. Why did Edgar have to ruin her dreams? She was truly expecting a line of customers tomorrow. It'll work out somehow, Erin. I truly believe you will have a lot of people lining up for dresses. Until then, continue as you are doing now, searching for customers. I am also planning to start a business to have income, but I doubt anyone would want to do business with me. Perhaps I shouldn't say it is me who owns it. Alessandra had an idea. We will both succeed, Erin. Erin slowly turned to Alessandra, confused as to why she wanted to work when her wealthy husband stood beside her. Edgar's wealth was one of the many reasons he was such a sought-after man. Why do you want to work, Duchess? To have an income, Alessandra stated, which she believed to be obvious. I cannot depend on Edgar for money. Does the Duke not give you enough money daily? Erin questioned, ignoring the fact that Edgar was right beside Alessandra. He has spent a lot of money since we have been married, but it is not about having money daily. It's for the future. You make it sound as if the two of you will not work out and you want to have something to fall back on. Imagine how the Duke must feel hearing this when the two of you just got married. Erin pointed for Alessandra to look at Edgar. Do you think he will get rid of you? I don't. Alessandra turned to Edgar. They were under a contract to remain together. She was meant to be the mother of his children. She only wanted the money as a backup in case something bad happened and he no longer wanted to be around her. Alessandra had witnessed how quickly someone she loved could change, so she needed a safety net to not worry about her future, even though she trusted Edgar. I don't plan to let you out of my sight, Alessandra. There is nothing wrong with you working if you want to. Do not take advice from someone with relationship problems. Isn't it time you gave my wife and me some space? How long do you plan to stay here? Edgar moved his gaze from Alessandra to Erin. Leave, he mouthed to Erin. Duke Collins. Alessandra's body stiffened when she heard the familiar voice, which had slightly changed due to age. She had forgotten the fact that a man like William Lancaster would be invited to this ball. How could he be so bold to approach her and Edgar after the deal he had with her father? Did he think they did not know about it? It's nice to see you again, Alessandra. William held out his hand to greet Alessandra. After Alessandra showed no signs of greeting him, William lowered his hand. It pissed him off slightly that she did not respect him. I have not seen you in such a long time. I was right in saying your father was hiding a wonderful piece of art. It appears Edgar also saw what I saw. Be careful what you say to my wife. I get a little bit jealous when I hear other men talking about her. But more importantly, I get creeped out when men your age eye her. Edgar stepped in front of Alessandra to block her from William's gaze. I can't help myself from wanting to dig out your eyes and chop off that hand you reached out to her with. I knew her when she was a child, Edgar. There is no need for you to get jealous when I am around. I've been expecting you to repay me for the servant you killed. Do you know how hard it is to find someone as loyal as Rowan? How are you going to repay me? William asked. I'm letting you live after sending someone to drag my wife to you. Be thankful you got to attend this ball, William. Keep eyeing my wife, and I'll see to it you get to be with your servant again. I know we have our little beef, Edgar. I am a family friend, and I've known Alessandra longer than you have. I am only here to comfort her for the loss of her father, the man that you killed, and the man that owed me something. I'm glad I did not miss the ball. I got full view of something I desperately want. William's eyes flickered to Alessandra. Seeing her dressed up with her mask made him want her even more. William wanted Alessandra to be placed in the middle of his house like a live statue. No other person would have art quite like his home if Alessandra was added to his collection. The only problem was her husband. Why did Edgar have to take what did not belong to him? Is there a problem? A guard approached where the four of them stood. No one was supposed to be in the Duke's private space unless the king said it was all right. They were standing near the king, and not just anyone should have that privilege. William ignored the words of the guard. Why did you get wrapped up with such a dangerous man, Alessandra? You do not know him as I do. I am sure his looks might have charmed you, and you think that he is some sort of hero. But you will see soon enough that the man you married is a monster. That's why your father did not choose Edgar for you. I hope that we do not see each other in the future, William Lancaster. Alessandra spoke up. She was disturbed by someone who would try to own someone he was around when they were a child. But she did not want him to think he affected her. The sole reason he approached them was to get in her head. Her question was answered. William was aware she knew about the deal with her father. If you wish to comfort anyone, it is the Baroness and Kate you should lend your shoulder to. Men like you and my father disgust me. I would like for this to be the last time we see each other, Alessandra said. You wound my poor heart, Alessandra. I view you as my own daughter. When I heard the news, I thought of how sad you must be and what I could possibly do to cheer you up. I remember your father mentioning you love to paint, so I bought some art for you. I cannot wait for the day you visit to see it. William smiled, confident she would end up in his home sooner than she thought. He only needed to wait before striking. If you try to mess with my wife, I'll be sure to wrap a rope around your neck and hang you from your own gates. That weird collection that you love so much, I will burn every inch of it while the birds feed on your flesh. Walk away, William, Edgar advised him. It would be satisfying to kill William right now and end their problems with him, but it would be unfair to ruin Alessandra's night. Ha! William chuckled, seemingly not afraid of Edgar's threat. Eventually, the laughter died down as he became annoyed with Edgar. Edgar was not like his other enemies. His other enemies' skulls were added to his collection, but it was hard to get rid of Edgar. I'll be careful when it comes to your wife. It is time for me to leave, Duke Edgar, Duchess. What on earth just happened? Erin released her breath when William left. She didn't want to make the slightest noise for William Lancaster to notice her. Are you all right, Duchess? I noticed your hand trembling. Are you afraid of him? Alessandra looked down at her hand, which felt shaken up. No, I was shaking from being unable to slap him, she replied to Erin in her head. How dare William refer to her as his daughter or a family friend looking to comfort her? She emotionally remembered how terrified she was the night his servant visited to take her away. Give us some privacy, Edgar said to Erin and the guard. He was well aware of how hard it would be to avoid William at parties like this. It was his mistake for forgetting to warn Alessandra. There had been other things occupying his mind. Okay, I'll see you later, Duchess. Erin patted Alessandra's shoulder to comfort her and then left. The The guard silently walked away to go back to Tobias to relate information on what was said between William and Duke Collins.
I should have told you there was a chance you could be here. Do you want to leave?
Edgar caressed the hand Aaron said was trembling.
No. Why would I allow him or anyone else to make me uncomfortable enough to leave? At that moment, I felt like I wanted to see him drop dead. I wanted to be the one to make him drop dead, but I could not move a muscle.
Alessandra stared at her hand.
I was a coward for letting him stand there without a touch. He was at least deserving of a slap. You were not a coward, Alessandra. You knew this was not the time nor place to take out what you were feeling on him. I want you to remain without blood on your hands. Give me a name and I'll kill anyone you don't care for.